Hello! Happy Sunday! This is Reba with Money Tree Savings. I'm very excited that you're here for my long-term savings day. So we have a whole lot to do on Sundays, and it's all a lot of fun stuff. I'm very excited to get to it. So why don't we get started with our daily roll for your savings goals, because this is what I do every day. So we roll these 4 dice. Get them all in there. And then the color dot die will tell us which of the other 3 we're going to use to get our number for today. So purple is telling us the D4. The D4 says 2, so we will save 2 for Sunday. And this awesome challenge is from Anna with Anna Banana Budgets. It's a freebie on her coffee shop. I will have her, along with everybody else that I talk about today, linked below, her YouTube channel, so you can get over there and pick this up. It's really been an awesome way to save, just a little something every day, and it adds up to really nice savings each month. So we need to pay that $2. We will take the money from our step 4 bank and take out $2 from there. I'm leaving a bit of money in here. We're doing step 4 savings today, but I'm leaving a bit of money in this bank so that we'll have funds for the rest of the week on our daily savings. And the rest I have taken out of here, and I have over here in my cash tray for our challenges that we're going to do today. So that we are done with that bank. We'll put the $2 in here. And that is what we do every day for our, that's our long-term savings that we do every day. But the rest of the long-term savings in here we do on Sunday. So I will come back to this book, but I have been starting with these 3 books that are also part of my long-term savings. And all 3 of these are step 4, so they're the final step, and the funds that are saved in these 3 books go to my auto savings fund. So that's what we work on every Sunday, along with some of our annual and monthly stuff. So I'm going to start with my outdoor OASIS, and I think we just have 2 more weeks. Let me put that over there so it's not in the way. I think we only have 2 more weeks in this book to finish it, which is exciting and sad because it's really one of my favorites. I love this book so much. The scenery, the imagery, it's very pretty. And this is from Boy Mom Loves to Save, and I got this on Etsy. And for some reason I started scratching from the back, so what I have left are 2 scratchers on this side of the first page and then the 6 scratchers here. So we'll do 4 today and 4 next Sunday, and then we will be done with this one. But I do intend to do this again because I love it. And it saved $1,200, and I started in October. I try to put $50 a week in here, and it would finish in 6 months at that pace. So far I've been able to do that. So why don't we start by scratching these 2 and see what's left on this page. We have 11 there and 18. So again, I'm aiming for 50. 18 plus 11, that's 29. So let me just go ahead and finish those. And then let's try these 2 down here. Okay, so that's a 5 and 19. So we go plus 19 plus 5 is 53. That works out perfect. So there we are on the last page. I just love these campers and tents and fire pits and bodies of water, rivers and lakes. It's so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I know, I need to hurry. So 53, I have 50 there. Let me see what we have already in the envelope to see if we have $2 that we can put in and take a 5. So I keep the money for this book. These are all envelope pockets, but I've been keeping the money in here. This is my long-term saving binder, companion binder, I guess. So let's see what we have in here. I've also cashed this out each week. Okay, so we do have 2. So I'll put the 2 back and take, okay, what did I do with the 50? Oh, there it is. And take the 55. Okay, so we're going to put in 55 because we took out 2, and that will put this book savings for the month of March at 150, 210. 210. Okay. And I think there should have been about 250 left in here, give or take. So we'll see what we get next week on those last 4 scratchers to finish that book off. And I have been emptying this envelope every month. I've been doing that with all of these, but I think this one I'll finish at the end of the month because the book will be complete. But I think going forward, having done this, I've put a little bit into these savings. In my automobile savings fund has some funds there, so if something comes up, we have some stuff already allocated to that savings fund. So I think going forward, I'm going to just let these challenges go until A, they complete, or B, we need the money for something that happens. And then if it hasn't already been allocated, then I would close out one of these longer term savings because, well, we'll talk about that. But going forward, I think I'm going to let these just build instead of closing them out every month. But we did 53 on this one today, so that's perfect. And the other one, or one of the other ones that we do for our automobile fund is this one, the FLINTSTONES Saver book. This one saves $2,615. It's from the Budgeted Life, and I calculated that at $50 a month I should complete this in a year, and I started it at the end of October. So if I'm able to put $50 a month in here, I mean a week, not a month, then I should have this done by the end of November of this year. So I should be able to get the funds into that savings fund that to meet my goal for the year for this one. So I think that is awesome, and it's working out really well so far. So I need a D14 because that's what I've been rolling to select the page that we're going to do. I have a D14. That's a 16. And that's the 14 because it has the 14 underlined. So we'll roll this to see where we're going to start today. Page 5. And I just love this book. It's real simple, but I just love it. Okay, page 5 is a doozy. This one, all of the spots are $20. So we will mark off a $20 spot. Okay, so let's put a line there. And we will tack $20 on there. Let's roll again. Page 7. All right, there's Dino with some scratchers, and these all seem to be pretty low. Most of the pages, the numbers are pretty high, but this one so far just 1 through 4. So, but it saves 105. So we will see. Let's just roll D6 and start here. We got a 1, so I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, so I'll scratch this one. Okay, so that'll add $2. And I'm not going to scratch anymore. I like to save these lower pages. And since some of the pages are quite high, I want to go on to the next page. But I did, just while I was scratching that, think, I didn't talk about how much money we have over here for our long-term savings for today. And you saw I put in 53 in that other book. Then I have another 50 set aside for this book. And then Wednesday of this week is the 25th. So I had 25 set aside for my Wanderlust Wednesday book because that's paying the date of the Wednesdays each week. So that was what was set kind of in the front here was for these 3 books. And then back here is what I have for my other long-term savings. So we have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So I have $160 to do my other long-term annual monthly savings challenges. So that's what we're working with. And I know this is $3 short because I went over $3. We'll see what happens on this book. I can definitely take from here because this is all step 4 money. All of this is for my final step that puts money from a larger challenge, like these books that are $1,200 or $2,600, and my long-term savings, my annual savings. Those are all larger savings amounts. They all go directly into assigned savings funds. So all this is step 4 long-term savings money. So I could take some from here if I need to. I just wanted to make sure I had enough for these books, so I separated it out to the front. Okay, so let's roll again, and we're going to go to page 2. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I don't know for sure what time I'm going to get this up tomorrow. Right now I'm kind of recording late on Saturday, but sometime tomorrow I will be meeting Lacey, which is really exciting. So it's been a nice weekend, and I am super excited for tomorrow. So see, like I said, this is a scratcher page where so far the numbers have ranged from 10 to 25. So anything can happen here. So let's go ahead and roll that and just start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's see. Okay, 11. So we'll do plus 11. We're at 33. Okay, so we get to go again. Awesome. Page 11. Let's see what we're getting. And in this book, there's just some pages have set amounts. Oh, it's another $20 on every circle page. So that one would be $53 for this one as well. Okay, so these are $20 each. So some of the pages just have amounts like that. Oh, let me see. Yeah, and some of them have some lower options. And then some are scratchers, and that's all it is. But they have just, I just really love it. I think it's so cool. Okay, so $20. I guess that's what we're going to do. We will put another 20 in here. And we are at 53. So let's see what we had. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. And get back to the envelope where we're keeping the money for this. Let's see what we had from the previous weeks. If there's a 2 in here. No, because this one's at 151 right now. So I'll break down one of those. I'll break down this 10. So we have 5, 7, 9, 10. Put this back in the bank. All right, so put that back there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 3. I'm going to take, actually I'm going to put these 2 5s back here and take one of these 10s. And then I'm going to take the 2 20s and the 10 and put them over here and grab a 50. So we'll be adding 53 to this one. Oh, wrong one. So that brings this one for March to $150, $200, and $4. Awesome. Okay, so now we're on this one, the Wanderlust Wednesdays. This one saves $806, but I'm also doing some bonus savings on this one. On the first 2 weeks of the month, where the number that you're saving is smaller, I do some bonus savings. But this is the last Wednesday of the month, so today, in our book here, we're saving, $25. And this savings book is from Champagne with Champagne's Corner and Ren with Mischief Managed Budgets. So Ren and Champagne is one of their books. I got it on Etsy. And I just, again, I loved the images on here and the vibe. I just think it's really cool. So let's color this 25 in green. And now we have 22. We need $3. Well, I'm just gonna put this 2 back here and take a 5 because we're gonna put in 25. And again, I keep the money for this in here. Even though that does have an envelope in it, I just kind of prefer for it to all be in one place so that I don't know, so it's all in one place. So we're going to add the 25, and this one, for March it saves 58, and we should have that now. 20, 40, 55, 56, 57, 58. So again, I can take, for this 100, no, I don't have 100. What am I doing? Nope, leave that alone. I'm going to just put this in the bank and take a 50 out of my larger bank over here. All right, so now we have the 58. And again, I've been closing this out at the end of each month, but I don't think I'm going to continue to do that because it's long-term savings for a reason. So closing it out every month kind of defeats the long-term savings of it all. So I think I might just start leaving it in here until it's finished, or unless we need to take it out for some reason. Okay. And again, I'm using prop money. The actual money is already in our long-term savings account. And what this does is just divvy the money out into the savings funds. Matter of fact, hold one moment. I did print something that I wanted to show because I keep describing my savings strategy as like a conveyor belt where I start in step 1 and I go through to step 4. But I was thinking about it today, and it's really more like those tube mazes that you drop marbles down and you start at the top and it goes into one spot, and then as it goes down it divvies up into different paths and comes out into multiple spots. So I asked AI to build this for me, and they did not a great job, but it's giving the point. So my daily minis are up here with just the one entry, and every day I put $45 into my daily minis. I play those challenges. When I complete those challenges, the funds that are saved in those challenges go into my mega minis, which is my step 2. So it's kind of like going down the tube, and then there's more paths. So then they come out of step 2 and they go into step 3 where I have games and scratchers and collabs and stuff like that. And then they come out of there and then they funnel into step 4, which is where we're at today. And then they go into my savings funds, which are like memories, auto, home, emergency fund, medical fund. So that's kind of my plan. So the only money that I bring in to this system is that $45 a day. But that equals enough money for me to accomplish my goals for the year for these savings funds, if that makes sense. So along the way, I'm just playing games and doing challenges to allocate the funds into the pathways that puts them where I need them to be to reach my goals. So anyway, I had printed this today and I thought I would just show it, see if it made any sense on how my brain is managing this process. And the most important part of the process for me is to have fun. And I am 100% having fun. Learning, changing, and having fun. So that was the 3 books that go for my automobile fund. Okay, so we did our roll for your savings goals. And the next thing that we have in our monthly, I have monthlies in here. That's another change that may come in April, is I think I'm going to take monthlies out of here because technically they're not that long term. They finish each month. So I'm thinking about taking the monthlies out of here and putting them in step 3, and then bringing some of my some of my box challenge, for example, my Saveopoly game, because it will save over $600. Well, that's long-term savings to me. So that I think belongs in long-term savings step 4. So maybe I'm just going to do a little switcheroo, move some of my monthlies out of here into step 3, move some stuff that's in step 3 into step 4. So those are the kind of changes I think I may do starting in April. And another change, I may bring some things out of here because I think I am spreading the funds out too far at this point. So I may take some things out of here and do them at a different time or something. Okay, so this one that we've been doing is from CozyCraftsByAngel. And the days that we have left are the 27th. Is that it? Done, 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 done. Yeah. So we only have the 27th left because we did the 20th and the 21st last time. I thought we had 2 left, but I guess not. And that is Whiskey Day. And I actually like whiskey. I like Jack Daniels. That was pretty good. I don't drink it very often anymore, but I do like it. So I'm taking the 2 and the 7, adding them together and getting 9. So we'll save 9 for this one, which means we are at a point where we're going to need to probably do something with this money to make it. Oh, okay. Everybody in your place. All right. I don't know if that's really showing up very well, but there we go. So $9. And the envelope for the funds that are for the challenges in this book are all in here. So let me see if I have $1 in here. Look at that. I have $1. So I can put that in and take a 10. I love it when a plan comes together. So that's completed for the month. And we still have another whole Sunday left. So I probably, yeah, that's fine. So we won't be saving anything in here next week, but that's cool. That's fine. All right. And next we have a scratcher set from April with April's Fresh Start. And this is her dashboard and the bonus game that she included. And then I also have in here the March and April sets. Scratchers, and our March one has 3 spots left. So let's scratch one and see what number we get and see if we're going to leave 2 for next week or do 2 today. And let's just start here. Okay, that's 6. So we have $6 going in, and maybe we could do one of these as well. This bonus saves $50, and I didn't have this in here until just last week. So it looks like we were there. Let's go ahead and roll this and go 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's scratch this one. So we have 4 plus the 6. I think I left that all together. I don't remember. So we're adding 10. Which would mean, well, I don't know what we have. Okay, so now we have 20, 30, 35, 37 in here. And we did close this out at the end of last month, so when we're done, we should have 31 plus whatever we've scratched on here. So we will see if that's how that works out. Hopefully it does. So our next monthly challenge is this one from Anna with Anna Banana Budgets and Lacey with Blue Kiwi Budgets, and they came together, collaborated on this set of games, 1 game each month. So it's been a lot of fun to play this. It's free on their coffee shops. Half of the months are on Anna's coffee shop and half are on Lacey's, so you can pick those up for free. And this month's game is called Pay for Plants. And we already got our 4 in a row. I did not notice when I read this, is like, I said, what happens when you get 4 in a row? Try to get 4 in a row to complete. Okay, so I just read that and I thought, okay, I'm complete. So I just put a square around it. I didn't read the rest. You can save the total amount again to save more, but that's quite a bit. There's like 24 just in those, and I can't even read that one. Or on a lower budget, you can add 2 digits together or save $2 per roll. Well, I'm just going to call that one a win, and I'm just, because I did save the rolls. I've saved quite a bit on this game, but I do want to keep playing. So I'm going to see if I can get another 4 in a row, because I've got quite a few options here. And then maybe, because I have this week and next week, so maybe then what I'll do is like save $1 or $2 per the number of times I got 4 in a row after I get to the end. So let's roll 2 dice. We got a 6. And let's see, I don't know if I want to use that. Well, here. Finding myself trying to make a decision. Let's see which set. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's the bold. And which marker? Number 9. So number 19 is that purple one. Let's see if I can find that. Here we go. Marker 19. I am finding that I don't think these number stickers are going to stay on these markers very well, but that's alright. But there we go. So I got a marker, number 19, and we rolled a 6. So can we do another 4 in a row with a 6? Oh, let's take a look. We have a 6 here. Might be the only one that's left, but that does set us up for a 3 giving us a 4 in a row. So we'll mark off that 6. And we'll pull forward 6, and let's roll one more time. And we got a 4. Alright, well let's put the 6 back, and we'll take a 10 for this one this week. And 4, we have 4 here, which gives us 3 this way and 3 this way. And 4 here also gives us 3 that way, but only, yeah, I think this is the best one. Yeah, let's go for this one. Okay, so we saved the 10. Awesome. This is a fun game. It's very unique. Alright, so maybe we'll get a couple of 4 in a row tomorrow. Next week, because there's a lot of options here that would result in 4 in a row. Awesome. Okay, and then they do have games for each month, so it's not too late to get in there. And oh, I did put April's money in there. I need to put this $10 in here for Anna and Lacey's game. I guess let's go ahead and count and see where that puts us. So for March, we're at $61 in that game. So yeah, that's saving pretty good. Okay, so next we have this book that was created by Pam with the Miss Champion 1. And she called it the Almost Ultimate 2026 Savings Challenge book, but it's pretty darn ultimate because she's got 2 challenges for each month, plus some additional challenges that were at the beginning of the book. So, and it's a freebie on her coffee shop, which is just remarkable. So I highly recommend go check it out. All of these challenges, go check them out. Support these creators if you're not already, because they're amazing. So what we have left for March is 4 scratchers here, so we'll do 2 today, 2 next week, and then we've been working on this path game, so we'll go through this again and see where that takes us. Let's go ahead and do these 2 scratchers here, see what we get. Okay, so we got $9 there. I'm going to go ahead and put that there so I don't forget. And then let's use one of these new little, let's use the heart as a game piece. And what I've just been doing is taking 1 path through here each week, but we're getting low, so we may take 2 paths. And let's roll a D3 since so many of them are marked off. So we're going to go 3 spots, 1, 2, 3, and that's roll a D3. So we will do that and save 2. So, okay, we need $2 here. I think I've been writing it down anyway, so I'll write it down here. And then we'll just need to remember that we need to get that $2. I want my $2. Anybody know that movie? That's one of my favorites. I want my $2. Okay, so there we go. We'll roll again. And we go 1, 2 for $1, so that's 3. Now we can put a 2 back and take a 5, so we're caught up. And let's roll again. I do need to mark that off. Okay, now we're going 3 spots. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 for $2. Okay. Let's see if we get a 1 or higher. We got a 1, so that puts us on the finish, which is $2. Okay. So we need $2. I'm going to put in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll take 11 from here. So I'm going to take a 10 and a 1, and we'll put this back in there. So we saved 9 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should have 16, and I have 16. Yay! Love it when that happens. It's not always, doesn't always happen, but it's nice when it does. Okay, so now in the challenges from Pam for March, that's a really nice little game piece. They're so nice. Okay, 50, 60, 70, 75, 77, 78, $79. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and leave that. That's fine. And let me see. I think we have $5, $6, $7 and a D4 left here, plus 2 scratchers. I think that's good for next week. We can move along. So that's our monthly challenges. I have some quarterly challenges in here. And the first of those is this one from Tara with Lift It Up and Living. And this is her group play, but I put it in my long-term savings. And it's a quilt along group play, color and save. And we are on the last square because she did four per month. And so like this is January, February, and March. So my 2 colors that I've been using for this quilt are those 2. Let me close that marker. Okay. And what I've been doing to save for this one is just get a random number. And so I've been using my cards that I use to get my method for getting a number. And this one is a 4, so it means to use a D4. So I will use a D4, and we got 4. So we will save $4 for today. And this is kind of a mystery save because if I have, I have a 1. So I'm going to put in a 1 and take that 5. Actually, okay, I'm going to put in the 1 and take a 5. Okay. I might go ahead and break this down a little bit because 20, 30, 40. I run out of 5s a lot. That's why. So I'm going to take this 10 and the 2 5s for a 20. All right. So there's the money for this one, $4 added. And I will color those in. There we go, a finished Q1 quilt. I think it's lovely. I'm very pleased. I'm excited to see what the next quilt looks like. I'll be watching for it, Tara. And we'll get that printed and in here, and I will pull this quarterly, so this one will be pulled at the end of March. I think. I think that's my plan. Okay, so I do have one more quarterly challenge before we move to the next one, because the next one in here is annual. Oh, that didn't work, so I need to turn this first. There we go. I have this one from Carly with Budget with Carly, and it's her Q1 2026 Moon Phases challenge, and it's just so cute with a Snoopy. And it's a big saver when you're doing both the dates of the moon phases plus the low budget version of the date numbers added together. which is what I've been doing, which I don't know why. I think maybe I'll rethink that for Q2, but it's hard to have a number on a challenge and not save it. Is that just me? It is so hard to just say, oh, well, I'll just save one of those numbers. Then it feels like you didn't do it. I don't know. I know that's a me problem, but yeah, it's hard for me to do that. I'm going to break down this $100. Okay, let's make sure I ended up with 100 because I don't always. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 97, 99, 100. Okay, we did. So we'll put this in the bank. Now that we have these smaller bills, let me drop them in here. So if I save both those numbers, that is $32. $32. And that is really not... You know what? Let's set this little cutie right here. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to go through the rest of the challenges, see what I have left, and then make that decision. That's what I'm going to do. So we will move on. Oh, I have this spring challenge in here too. And I'm going to do that before the annual one. So I've just been putting about $5 in here every week. But I'm going to run out of $5 spots pretty soon. I'll have some extra next week because there's some things that didn't need the full 5 Sundays that I have in March. So I can probably do something bigger next week, but let's go ahead and just do 10 in here today. And just get a little bit higher number off the board. There we go. We will add 10. And this is from WildHousePrintsCo, and I got it in a mystery pack off of Etsy. So I just ordered a mystery, I don't remember what it was called actually, but this came in that, and I just thought they were so pretty. I did the winter one, and now I'm on the spring one, so very pretty. All right, and now we can go to the challenge for Miss Judy at Save with Judy. And this is her save $25 a month challenge, where you save $5 5 times each month. And by doing that, you save $25 a month. And by doing that, you save $300 in a year. So we are in March, and I do have 2 Sundays left, so I only need to do 1 5 today, and then we can do the last one next week. And what I have been doing is rolling my dice to see what color I'm going to use. I roll a D10 and my D4. I already have a D4 here. So let's do that. And the D4 is 4. So that's my pastels, which is cool. And then the 8 is this one. So 48 is kind of this blue color. Or periwinkle. I don't know what color that is. I'm not the best with colors. That's not what we did last time, is it? Oh well, if it is, it is. That's what the dice told me to do. So I'm going to do this for the main part of the hat, and then I'll do the accents. Okay, there we go. So I only did the dice tell me what color to use on these 2. These I did before I had that option, but I kind of like it. I like not having to make the decision, first of all, and then you come up with something that you wouldn't have otherwise had, and I think it's kind of cool. So there's our hat, and we're adding $5, so we can take the 10 and 2 5s, put them in here, and take this 20. So now we've got 70 in here, which looks good. So that's 50, 60, 70. It's perfect. All right. So next is our challenge from PR Money Roll on Etsy. Nope. PR Money Roll on YouTube, MH Finland on Etsy. And I got this off of Etsy. And this is the Runaway Egg Challenge, and I love it so much. It's very cool. And normally I roll a die to see how many eggs we're going to do. I roll like a D3. But we have 2 regular eggs left in this row. And once we finish this row, then we'll know what we're going to do for our little runaway eggs. So let's roll our color dot die and see what color we're going to do for these 2 eggs. That's back in the corner. We got a yellow. And for yellow, I'm rolling a D7. And there's my marker for yellow. Where's my D7? Here's a D7. It's odd shaped, but it goes 1 through 7. So we'll roll that, and we got a 7. So there's the $7. And then let's roll this again. We got blue, which is 5. So I will put this 5 back and take a 10. So we have $12. And then I'll color that one yellow and that one blue. And then I will be right back to decide what we're going to do on the other ones. So what I had decided to do is, for this one, I'll use whichever color I have the most of. So that would be green. We have 3 green in this row. And for this one, we'll do whatever we have the second most of. So I believe that's red. Because everything else there's 2 blues as well. Okay. So it's either red or blue. So I'm going to roll this color dot die. And okay, let me see what I'm doing here. First of all, green is 4 times 3, so that would be 12. I think we can do that. Let's roll this and see if we get a red or a blue first. And whichever one we get first is what we'll do for this one. All right. So orange, red. Okay, so this one's red. So 1 times 3 is 3. I think we can do both of these because they're not too pricey. So what you do with a runaway egg is you pick one color from the same row and save times 3. So I've done that. So I got green for this one, which is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So we'll take 12 for this one, and we will get the green. And what I've been doing is just coloring in their little wings in the color that I chose. And then this one we're going to do red. I don't have red out here. Thought I did. And so 1 times 3 is 3. So for that one, we're going to save 3. I'm going to put this 2 back and take a 5. So we've pulled all the money that we needed for this. We just need to color in this last one. So we're putting in 27. So I'll put these 2 10s here and take that 20. And we're adding 27 today. So far for this Runaway Egg Challenge, we have 120, 30, 35, 42. 142. So I'm going to take the 10 and 2 5s over here in my larger bank and grab a 20. There we go, 142. Awesome. And whoop. Okay, everybody. All right, so there we go. We'll start a new row next week. Very nice. And then I have another color challenge here from Eva with Budget Your Life, and I got this on her website. And for this one, I've been rolling a D3 or a D4, I don't remember which one, to see how many spots we're going to color. Let's do the D4. Okay, we're coloring 1. I'm going to listen to the dice. And the way I'm choosing the amount that I'm going to save and the color I'm going to use is just pulling one of my Phase 10 cards, which is over here, kind of hiding in the background. My Phase 10 cards, so I'm going to pull one of those. And I've been doing that because this game, if you get the physical version, comes with chips in these colors, and I don't have those. But Phase 10 cards are of these same colors. They're blue, green, yellow, and red. And so I'm just like, well, I'll just do that, and then I'll use whatever number it gives me to also be the number I save. So it's kind of a mystery. I don't know what I drew for all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and color this blue, since that's a blue 6. put in $6 for today. And I think I'm gonna not count this one. I might condense it from time to time, but since I'm not writing anything down for it, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it. So there we go. It's a fun challenge. And then when you hit one of these orange squares, and you do one of these things in the orange boxes, so it's pretty cool. Alrighty, and then we have this challenge from Dawn with Dawn Sunrise Budgeting, and it's Let's Ditch That Debt. It says it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop, Confucius says, and I agree. Okay, so for this one, lately I've been rolling 4d6. Choose these Mickey head ones, and our Batman dice. These also come from Eva with Budget Your Life. I have the Batman dice and the Ariel. They're awesome. Sparkle dice, I love them. So let's see what we get this week. Alright, so we got 10, 15, 18. So here are the colors that I use for this one, and if we do 5 and 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm trying to keep them going across the same, which I know is silly, but that's what I'm doing. So I am going to color in 18. I love the way that's coming together. It's so pretty. Oh, the funds where you need to pay. I try to do that before I do the coloring, and I seem to always forget on this one. That thing is just sitting there reminding me. So don't forget about me. 15, 16, 17, 18. 10, 15, 17, 18 going into here. And this one's not a mystery, so we can count it. I need to do something different with this. Okay. So when we add in the 18, let's see where we are. Let me exchange this for one of my other ones. Okay, we have 100, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 2, 4, 5, 6. 166. So this should be 50. 20, 40, 45, 47, 49, 50. So I'm just going to put this over here and grab a 50 so that I have my smaller bills available. There we go, 166. Awesome. Making progress to our 675. Well on our way. Very nice. Thank you, Dawn. This is a great challenge. And this is a freebie on her coffee shop, I believe. So, again, I'll have Dawn's channel linked below. You can go check it out. And next up, we have this amazing challenge from April with April's Fresh Start. This is called Ticket to Save, based on the board game Ticket to Ride, which is really cool. And we are starting a new route card. We pulled this last time so that we would know where we're going. And this time we're going to go from Seattle to Duluth. And we just basically have one line as the best option there. So we'll be coloring in these dots between those two destinations. We will roll a color dot die to see what color, and then based on that color we will also see how much we're going to save. So the first thing we need to determine is how many spots we're going to go today. And let me just do a check here. We have 10, 20, 30, 35, 37, 39. Well, that 32 isn't looking like it's going to happen over there, but we'll see. Let's roll a d4 and see how many circles we're going to color on here. We got 2, so we're going to do 2. And I will leave that sitting there so I remember. And then we need our color dot die to tell us, let's start over here and go this way. So we got blue, which is 5. And orange, which is 1. So I put that over there and grab 2 1s. Put one of them there and one of them here. So we're saving $6 and we're doing blue and orange. And $6. And we've finished like 3 routes, I think. So that's really cool. I really like this one. So we will add the $6 today. I'm just putting that at the front with the route card until we finish it, because there's a long way still to go for that one. So that is that one from April, and that's the last one in this book. But we do have another one in here, which is this one from Allie Bear Budgets, and it's a save based on the number or the location of the letter. So for March we only had 5 letters, so there was 5 values to save, and the ones we have left are the C for $3 because it's the 3rd letter, and the H for $8. So, and I was trying to also go back and grab some of these from January, which I've been doing, but since we do have another week, we had 5 weeks in March, so I think, let me see. Oh man, I do have $32 left. If I put 32 there, I could skip this one and do 11 here next. Oh, what am I saying? I still have another week. Okay, rewind. Don't know why I felt like I needed to complete this one this week. I still have another week in this quarter because there's another Sunday in March. So I could put 25 in here for this one, and then I'll have 7 left for next week. Okay. And then I can put, let's see, I'm going to turn that 10 into 2 5s like magic. There we go. So there's 25. So let me just set that right there and I'll put it back in its envelope. So let's see what we have left now. Now we have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's perfect. And we'll put 8 here. And then I'll probably realize I needed some funds for something else, but this is what we're going to do for now. Put 8 there. And so for this one from Allie Bear Budgets, I have lots of little pieces of paper in there, so it gets mixed up. We have 208. So that's a really big saver, and like I keep saying, if for some reason I didn't have funds one week, I can totally skip this one. It's not necessarily date-based or year-based, so I could come back and pick up some later on a week where I had some extra or whatever. So, but we had some today, so we put 8 there, and we put 25 in this quarterly one. So now I just need to go back to the envelope I took it out of and put it back. And that was right here. So we're going to add 25. And let's see where that one is now. 150, 70, 80, 90, 95, 200, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 206. So let me see if this is 100 here by counting it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 50 is 100. So I am going to drop all that in the front of there, and I'll put it back later. Pull 100. There we go. So this one has 206. All right. It's definitely a big saver. And I need to go check and see if quarter 2 is out there, because I do enjoy it and I think it's really cute. And I love the theme, the moon. It's all really cool. All right, so we have done so much, and oh my goodness, how much time has passed. Hopefully a lot of that is coloring time and I can narrow it down, because I still have my daily minis to do. And I must do them. I will do them as quickly as possible. And I will fast forward through as much as possible from before and from this. Try to save some time on this video, but I guess we shall see. Alright, so I'm going to do this the fast way. I do have the $45 here. This comes into the bank. And this is basically what fuels the whole system. That $45 went from my checking account to my savings account. Well, technically I take 45 times the number of days in the month, and that's what amount I put into my savings, high yield savings account each month, and then I put the $45 in here every day. Then everything else fuels from that. So that's the system. Oh, look, I found a heart. I was just wondering what I did with those hearts. I was just thinking about that package, how cool it was to open all those hearts. I can't remember where I put them. Okay, so we're going to roll a D3, and I'm just going to go, well, I can't remember now which one didn't give me. I'm going to go from the front because I was doing it different. So, where is the D3? Is it already out here? No, that's a 4. Here it is. Okay, so we'll do this, and then I'll apply the amounts, and then we'll come back and talk about what happened.
Let's get some sun, baby, it's time to go. All we need to put on is the radio. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, oh, no, we run the show. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit when we go for gold. We can shine, shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight. Shine a little Let's hit the club, time to make a move. Make a move. We got it late, ain't got nothing to prove. Nothing to prove. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit when we go for gold. We can shine, shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight. Oh, shine a little tonight.
Let's take a look at what happened today. So the first envelope got $4, and these were $1 each. So we finished this one from Becca with Becca Budget 777 for $20, and I replaced it with another one from that same set. And I rolled the dice, and it said they would be $1 each. So we marked off 2 more here to start this one off. And then envelope 2 got $5, so I did a 4 and a 1. This is from Kelly with Boy Mom Budgeting. Cute little bunny rabbit saying, Raisha. So cute. And envelope 3 is a challenge from my coffee shop, a freebie on my coffee shop, and it got $2, $4, $6, $8, $9. So we did 4 of the little belts that are $2 each and 1 egg. Envelope 4 is from Amanda with Amanda B Budgets, and this one got $1. So we did 1 little dot there. Envelope 5 is from Andrea with No Bucks Given, and these are $1 each. I got $4 today. Envelope 6 is from Budgeting with Kendra, and it got $8 today, so we did 8 dots there. Each little icon is $2. Envelope 7, and these envelopes as I go through are from LACY with Blue Kiwi budgets on her coffee shop, and I'll have her link below as well because they're just adorable. But envelope 7 is from For Dizzy Birds, and this one got $4, so I did 2 of the $2 spots on this one. And then envelope 8 is from Small Town Budgets by Tori, and this one, each raindrop is $2, and we got $1, so we did the other half of that raindrop. This is April Showers. Very cute. And envelope 9 is from Zuleika with Aquilus Designs & Co. And each flower is $2. We got $3, so we did one of the flowers and the other half of that one. And then we're starting off our new set of tinies today from the 100 Disney Sidekicks collab. So we'll be working on the tinies from Jessie with Jessie Budgets this week, Sunday through Saturday. And so I set each icon to be 50 cents. I started out doing this one as $1 and I changed my mind because there are quite a few icons, and I thought if I do everything at 50 cents and then if I finish it all, I can just keep putting more 50-cent dots everywhere. So it's just all going to be 50 cents. And we got $6, so I did 6 originally, and then I did 6 more because I decided to make them 50 cents. So we did 12 icons for those $6. To start that one off, these are very cute. Tiny challenges, and again, we are now on week 12, so that's the tinies that we have for this week in this really cute collab with 25 creators and 4 hosts. And the hosts are Veronica with Weekly Budgets, Carly with Budget with Carly, Victoria with Toria's Budgets, and Gloria with Save with Glow. So there you go. And what we have left is just the $20 to come out of the bank. And this will, there we go, $20. We'll take this and put it in completed challenges box for March right there. And we will put this in my step 2 bank. So we'll have that for funds to do our mega minis tomorrow. So there we go. All done. Okay. If you're still here, I thank you. And if you're not, cool. I understand. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you joining me for this journey. I'm having the best time ever. I hope you are too. And I hope that you are healthy and happy. And then I hope I'll see you again real soon. Bye.
I can feel